What's up, everybody? Welcome to After the Final Whistle, football talk with John and Montel.
All right, welcome to season 2, episode number 24. I'm Montel. Our co-host is still John. We're still kicking, right? What's going on, man? It's been a few
Not
months.
much.
Good.
It has. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Like you said, it's been a few months, but we really didn't feel like doing much over the off season. Kind of recharge our batteries and had a lot going on. So, how you been, man?
I'm pretty good, man. Got a promotion at work, so kind of adjusting to being the new guy again for the first time in like 6 years. So that's a welcome change, but I'm ready for the next chapter for sure. And then I'm going
I,
into.
I get that. I get that. Congrats on the promotion, sir.
Appreciate it. What about you got going on?
Oh, not a whole lot. Just got done a few months ago helping remodel a store, and now I'm trying to get readjusted still a little to working overnights, but it's getting easier.
Yeah, I couldn't. I'm up all night, but I don't want to work. That's my time. So I'm a little selfish with that. But
I
um,
get that.
we're gonna kind of follow the same format we followed last year. No IR report because it's obviously week 1. So we're both gonna bring in some news that we got. So um, you want to take the lead on that, or you want me to go ahead and go first?
You can go ahead and go first, and then I'll end it with the little bit that I got.
Okay. So I guess we'll start with some rumor mill kind of news. So Kyle Shanahan, who is the San Francisco 49ers head coach, I guess he's also kind of like their GM as well. Apparently, there's some rumors going around that he didn't actually want Trey Lance. His preference was Tom Brady or to draft Mac Jones, and apparently the brass made him change his mind. I don't get it, but it it seems like to me you had a chance to take Mac Jones and y'all traded up to get Trey Lance. So it
Yeah,
seems like a bunch of phony baloney to me, but a lot of people on Twitter have been talking about it, so I figured I'd make mention of it.
gotcha. Yeah, that doesn't make much sense. I mean, I can't see Mac Jones being in that type of system. Trey Lance seems to fit that system better.
I agree. I think a lot of the not problem, but with those Shanahan schemes, you got to have a quarterback that can kind of be on time and keep their rhythm. And Trey Lance is more of I guess, playmaker. He makes his own plays. He doesn't actually wait for them to come to him. So it'll be interesting to watch that clash in styles. Or who knows? Maybe he sucks and they keep playing Jimmy G, who they
I
couldn't
mean,
trade this year. So
and they just kind of re-signed him to like being the highest paid backup quarterback.
yeah, I think they gave him like a $5 million. It was either a pay raise or a pay cut, but something with $5 million. And yeah, I guess nobody wanted him, which I get it, man. He's just like a career backup. It's probably where he should have probably just stayed being Tom Brady's backup. I don't think he had
Right.
any place being like a starter, but they wanted to pay him $100 million for 5 years for nothing. So that's on Shanahan in the game. So next up on my list here is Russell Wilson, and the Broncos agreed to a 5-year, $245 million extension. Keeps Russell in Denver for 7 more seasons. So he isn't old, man. I think he's like 33. Tom Brady's
Yeah, something like that.
45.
Right. I feel like Russell's gonna retire being a Denver Bronco.
Probably. I
Um,
mean, the Seahawks kind of burned him, but it is what it is.
right. Did they do that before or after he put that video out of him like knocking that bag back 5 yards with the Thursday night football?
I think it was like a day or two before. Those let's talk about that. Those footballs. Okay, so I did a little research on that, and it turns out they're not going to actually be the footballs because they're like oblong as hell, and you can't throw them. It's like a Nerf ball.
Okay, good.
I think they did it as like a marketing ploy, but they had a lot of people going. They had me going. I was like, this is stupid. Why the hell would you bother doing this crap? But
right.
yeah,
I was concerned. I was like, how are they gonna catch that? Because he's gonna throw it out of the stadium.
they're going to have the Titans play and just give the Derrick Henry 40 times every Thursday. So
Hey, I'll be all right with that since I got Derrick Henry in one of the fantasy drafts. So
yeah, yeah. He's gonna have I'm gonna somewhere between good and great, but I don't know. He's a beast. So I guess speaking of Derrick Henry, looks like him and the Titans agreed to give him a $2 million raise. He'll make $14 million this year, which is more than any running back this season. The bad part about that, the contract still expires after the 2023 season. So,
right.
uh, I think it'll be like 28. He's not going to get another big contract like that, especially
No.
that he got to have over 2,000 carries since like what 2016, 17 when he was in Alabama. He's got a lot of wear on the tires. So I don't think he'll get paid like that again. So
True. He does. I just hope that the body holds up. I mean, I know he's built different, but
the D lineman,
right. But that's still a lot to a punishment on a body.
I I didn't play running back. I like hitting people, not getting hit. So uh, I'm good on that. Another salary cap thing that happened pretty recently. New England Patriots converted $7.65 million of their tight end John Smith base salary into a bonus. That move creates them about $5.3 million in additional cap for this year. It seems to me like that they're saving to sign someone or preparing for an extension. I don't know who on their team they would extend because they're all either old or not good at their position. So
Right. I'm just
it's
trying to think of who's out there that they could. Odell.
I mean, I don't think Odell would even take 5 million. Man, he's not. I'm not. I don't want to sound like an ass here, but he's not worth it anymore. Um, I think it's a very best, like a vet minimum, prove it contract, and maybe go sign somewhere else. But I think he's cooked.
It's possible, but I mean, if it came down to taking a vet min or never playing in the league again, he might take it.
He's a diva. You know, divas like their money.
I agree.
Yeah.
He is, but you know, I'm just trying to think of who is out there that could potentially help them if they were trying to save money to sign someone.
I have no idea. Belichick he's cheap and he doesn't draft well, but he somehow always wins. I don't get it. So
I don't get it either.
next bit here, the Athletic. It's they write a lot of articles on different sports. They recently took a poll of some NFL executives and they ranked the current pecking order of the NFC. And I want you to tell me what you think of these. Agree or disagree as we go through the 16 teams here.
Okay.
Number one, they've got the Rams.
I agree.
Okay. Number two, they've got the Packers.
Like the fan in me wants to say agree, but I'm going to have to disagree right now just because of all the questions surrounding the wide receiver core.
Gotcha. Three, they got the Buccaneers.
Agree.
Four, they got the Niners.
Disagree. I feel like the Niners, as much as neither one of us are fans of them, they keep making it so far in the playoffs. I feel like they need to be like 2.
2. I could see. I think the one thing that holds them back is the quarterback. Man, they're built to win now, and their quarterback's not a win now quarterback. He's a project that probably won't pan out until like a season before his first extension can happen. So that one's tough. Eagles at 5.
Agree.
Okay. Cowboys at 6.
Disagree.
I didn't say it. Card- Cardinals at 7.
Disagree. I feel like those Cardinals and Cowboys should be flipped.
Okay. Vikings at 8. Won't hurt my feelings. I can be honest.
Needs to be at 16.
All right. All right.
But no, where they're at right now at 8, yeah, I agree with that.
I do too. I think a lot of it kind of predicates on having that rookie head coach. Our offensive line isn't complete dog shit for the first time since I've been a fan, so that's nice. And they got weapons, lots of weapons. So
no turnstiles on the O line this year.
there's one, but hopefully he gets some help. It's the center. So Panthers at 9.
Panthers at 9. Disagree. They need to be a little bit lower on that list. And
I think so too. Saints at 10.
I feel like they need to be lower on the list too.
I put them at 33. That's just me. The Commanders at 11. Playoff team, like,
Disagree.
weren't they?
The Commanders, I don't think they made it to the playoffs.
Thought they did. Maybe the year before they were like 7-9 or something. Lions at 12.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like they should be below the Bears. But they do have a lot of talent, and they were in a lot of games last year.
Yeah, they're tough.
With what they have. So I agree with that. I just feel like the way the Lions just feel they should be lower, but Dan Campbell has done a great job of just keeping his team
Man, Cam.
focused.
Yeah, I got to say Hard Knocks. Let's see. Giants at 13.
With what talent?
Saquon, the ghost of Saquon's knees and ankles.
I mean, he's going to take one cut and tear an ACL. So, I mean,
100%. He's made of glass. Bears at 14.
Okay. I guess I can see it.
I see them probably 1-15. Maybe two. Oh, sorry. Maybe 2-15 now. They have the Seahawks at 15 and the Falcons at 16.
I mean, if we're going just based off of like the way the teams are this season, I can see those playing out that way. Because, I mean, Seahawks, you have Geno Smith as your starter and Drew Lock as your backup.
They'll flip probably at some point during the season.
I really feel like Falcons are probably 15 and Seahawks 16.
Yeah. But at that point, like, neither one of them are going to sneak in the playoffs.
No.
I don't know. Yeah, it's just interesting list. I agree with most of them. Just the Eagles seem a little high. The Cowboys have the talent to be probably 4, but their coach is a moron. So
agree on the coach.
yeah, so I could see them either finishing 3 or 11 or 12 in the NFC. So yeah, I don't know what McCarthy's problem is.
Yeah, I really don't understand why the Packers are at 2, but coming from a Packers fan, they have talent, but it's so young at receiver that don't think they're going to make an impact this year.
I think it has to probably do because it's executives, right? So they see Aaron Rodgers and they just get like really starry-eyed about it. So he doesn't throw to young receivers if you don't trust them. So
I mean,
you'll
and he
probably have
has
a
called
tight
them
end
out.
with 800 targets, and Lazard will probably have 30 touchdowns because he's just not going to throw it to the young guys that much. So
No, like had praise for Sammy Watkins. He's had praise for Tunyon. I mean, he's called out the rookie receivers, but he said if you have a shit practice, I'm going to call you out. If you have a bad week, I'm going to call you out. But if you are doing great, I mean, I'm going to call that out too, basically.
right, just that sounds like this sounds disgusting coming out of my mouth, but it sounds like he's a good leader at least, keeping everybody accountable. So I guess
Yeah.
let's see. Sorry, I scrolled too far on my iPad. Last thing I got, not NFL related, but it is football related. So they're expanding the college football playoffs. You hear anything about that?
I did not hear that.
They're looking into expanding from 4 teams to 12 as soon as 2024.
That's a big leap. I could
Yep.
see like 4 teams to 8.
They're doing 12. The top 4 get the top 4 the top 4 conference champions get a bye. So what it'll be that what they're looking at, the top 6 highest ranked conference champions get the 1 through 6, right? And then you have 6 at large teams. So they'll probably reorder the rankings like they have been doing for 1 through 4, expand it to 6, and then whoever 7 through 12 is will be the other seed. So I guess so 1 through 4 get a bye. 5 would probably play 12. 6 would play 11, so on and so forth. And then you just can just like a play-in bracket, but with 4 teams you probably don't need.
Okay. Might as well just have like a college football March Madness going on at this point.
I just don't get how they're going to squeeze more games in because you almost have to get rid of the stop Alabama and freaking Georgia from playing teams like Mercer at the start of the season. Because you can't have a 16-game, 17-game college season. That's just not realistic for an 18 to 22-year-old. So I'll be interested to see what they do to compensate for that because not all the leagues even play the same amount of games. So
right.
Maybe they'll standardize it. Let's see what we got. We got fantasy. How did you like your rosters in fantasy in the 2 leagues we drafted in?
Honestly, I'm happy with both. Granted, you always are before the season begins.
Yeah.
You should be anyways if you've drafted, right?
Right.
I mean, I faced down basically the same decisions in both leagues and
Yeah, literally
switched it up because I didn't want, if one team did bad in one league, I know it's going to do bad in the other, so try to switch up some of the players. But there were some that I was like, I'm not leaving the draft without them.
right.
And that was like Cortland Sutton and Michael Pittman, like 2 of my top 4 wide receivers.
Yeah, man, I'm pretty sure if you put my team side by side, they'd probably be damn near identical, which is weird because I drafted 2 in one and 7 in the other. Also, sorry, random breaking news. Florida State just upset LSU.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, 24-23. Florida State moves to 2-0. LSU's 0-1. But I think we were kind of, boy, it's probably months and months ago, just a sidebar conversation we were having. I was like, man, I think at some point I probably draft Jalen Hurts. I got him. I got my boy JJ. I got my boy Mike Williams. I think in both.
You got it. No, I got him in yours.
Okay. I got
I'm
him.
pretty sure.
I did get Drake London. I got some of the young running backs I wanted, and both of them. Someone I don't know how to
I
say
do
this.
have someone ninth
Someone
one right in front
stole.
of you.
Someone stole Dameon Pierce from me.
Oh, I was talking about AJ Dillon.
Oh no.
Yeah.
But there's that. That's that. Let's see. Let me close that. Let's see. So let's move on to our week 1 predictions. Um, you've got Bills at Rams, Chiefs at Cardinals, and Packers at Vikings.
So that Thursday night game, man, I could honestly see it going either way. Bills or Rams winning that. But I'm going to give the edge to the Bills just because I feel like overall they have a more solid defense. But I do still expect it to be like a high scoring game. So I'm going to say that 35-38 in favor of the Bills.
All right. So I'm talking with one hand here. 30.
And then Chiefs at Cardinals. Once again, that could go either way. But I'm going to say I like the talent on the Cardinals better. So I'm going to say Cardinals over the Chiefs. Because at least we know who the Cardinals are going to throw the ball to. The Chiefs, you have Travis Kelce.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, I know they have Juju and MVS, but
They're
Juju's dealing with that
two receivers
knee
at best.
swelling, and MVS is just one of those. He might catch a long touchdown, he might not, and that's his entire week. So that one I want to say 28-24 in favor of the Cardinals.
All
right. Packers at Vikings. Not playing your starters again after getting utterly destroyed by the Saints in week 1 last year concerns me. Not having your coach coming out saying that you're going to do a wide receiver by committee, which I'm still trying to wrap my head around. I get what it means, but like first time I ever heard it mentioned with wide receivers.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's usually running back.
But like we were discussing yesterday, day before, Vikings can't stop the run, so
Nope.
Give the edge to the Packers a little bit. I mean, it is an NFC North, so I'm not expecting like high scoring. I'm going to say Packers 24, Vikings 21.
Hold on. 24. Okay, got that one. All right, so I've got Buccaneers at Cowboys, Steelers at Bengals, and Packers at Vikings because I'm a Vikings fan. I like pain.
I'm also shocked you didn't give yourself a Raiders game this year.
Not yet.
Far, right out of the bat after how many you had last year.
Not yet. I'm much like a low-key Raiders fan. I'm trying to think. I think on paper, besides I'll start Bucks Cowboys, I guess. I think they just have too many weapons for the Cowboys to defend. I think it will be somewhat high scoring. I'm gonna say 38-31 in favor of the Bucks.
I mean, Tom Brady's a 45-year-old man with shit to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
His words.
Piss his wife off for the most part. Let's see. Steelers at Bengals, AFC North. Both of the North divisions are just ridiculously physical.
Mhm.
Steelers at Bengals. I don't think the Steelers are going to be very good this year. So I'm going to say they put up 14 points, but the Bengals put up 31.
And Bengals are pissed off that they lost. They could
Yeah.
have won
And didn't
the
lose any.
Super Bowl last year.
Yep, they didn't lose any pieces either that mattered. They still go 3 deep at receiver. The offensive line's better, and they get pressure on the quarterback now, too. Packers at
And they can run the
Vikings.
ball.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
And they can run the ball too.
Yeah, they've got 2 good running backs, Mixon and P. Ryan. They both came from the same school. They're both OU running backs. So,
Right.
let's see. Packers at Vikings. I think the Packers probably struggle a little bit because, like we said earlier, Aaron Rodgers pretty much hates young receivers. I think it'll be 21-27 in favor of the Vikings. It'll be a good game.
So we're both about in the ballpark, just sticking with our teams.
Right. Homering a little bit. Next, we've got early Super Bowl predictions. Who do you think is going to the ship?
So early Super Bowl predictions. Jeez, it seems like every year, like early, I want to say the Bills, and they don't ever make it. So, I'm going to say Buffalo versus. I want to say it, but Buffalo versus Tampa Bay.
Early dog.
I think it's exactly what I picked last year too.
Yeah, hold on. Let me
I almost said the Rams, but I don't know. Scratch that. Buffalo versus the Rams. They're going to go back to back.
no, I
Not
was
necessarily win,
that's what
but
I have too.
and I'm going to lean towards Buffalo. So we're going to have a repeat of Thursday Night Football and the Super Bowl.
It'll be a good game. I had the Bills and the Bucks written down on my notes too. So, uh, yeah, be a heck of a season for sure.
But also at the same time, I would not be shocked if the Bengals make it back just because I feel like they're going to come out pissed off.
Got a right to be for sure.
So we'll see what happens.
Young team, they lost a close one. I think that's the last of that. I've got trivia on deck. You had some trivia for me, you said, in the
I
pre-show?
do. I do. Has to deal with your Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, Lord. All right, let me sit up close to the phone so I can hear this.
All right. So, what WWE superstar had a chance to play for the Minnesota Vikings? Like they tried out, made it through a couple of preseason games
There have been a
before
couple.
getting cut.
Brock Lesnar was one.
Yeah, that
Uh,
was the one I knew of was
I,
Brock Lesnar.
I
I didn't
believe
know that until I saw it the other day.
Roman Reigns, I think, tried out. And there's we had a he wasn't even a backup, like a third string tackle. Something Babatunde or something like that. So there've been a few.
Okay,
Also,
I only know
Lakers fan,
Brock
so
Lesnar, and I saw that the other day, and I was like, okay, there's my trivia question.
did you see what number he was wearing?
69 or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it
Yeah,
fits. It fits.
it does.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. I had a trivia question, but I apparently deleted it when I was shifting lines earlier. I'll have to find what I did with it. I'll have one for you next week.
Okay.
But
Sounds
I think I don't got nothing else. Let's see. Nope, my list is done here on our show notes. You got anything else you want to cover today, Big Dog?
The only other notes and slash news is that whole Mississippi Brett Favre debacle going on, getting paid something like, what was it, like 1.1 million to do
What?
like talking like speeches at places and never going and collecting the money. Like, come on, dude. Really?
You don't even need it, dude. Like, Brett Favre, man. Y'all can have him back. He's no longer Viking legend. It's Brett Favre. Y'all can have him back.
No. By all means, you keep telling him that. Yeah, he's yours now.
Nah,
Or we could save each other both the trouble and say he's a Jets legend, Brett Favre.
I like that. The Jets have nothing but heartache anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna let Brett Favre alone. For what I understand, dude ain't even doing all that great. He just doesn't seem like all the way there when people talk to him. He's probably got CTE, not gonna lie.
It's possible. I mean, some of those hits he took.
A lot. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
The 2009 season with the Vikings alone probably gave him CTE. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, they were pretty rough. But
So last night in the draft, Tyler asked me a question. I was like, that's a good question. Who is the better Green Bay quarterback? Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers?
Personally, I would probably say Brett Favre. And I say that because when you think of a quarterback for like a place like Green Bay, the quarterback should represent the city. You know what I mean? Brett Favre is just a good old country boy that like playing football. Aaron Rodgers from California doesn't like getting hit, doesn't even like playing football. He's threatened to retire like 4 times. So
but so did Brett Favre at like this point in his career, and he actually did.
He actually did, yeah. I think a lot of his problem was he just didn't want to go to training camp, so he would wait until training camp was over to unretire. So, but Rodgers, man, he's got that diva mentality, and I hope he hears this because I'd love to have him on the show.
I mean, I would too. But we have to fight Pat McAfee for it because, Aaron Rodgers Tuesdays.
Nah. He can pencil us in. We're a very popular podcast. Yeah, he doesn't fit the Midwestern vibe to me. So to answer your question, I would pick Favre. I would pick Favre at 50 over Rodgers at like what 34, 35.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Speaking of like people being like almost 50, you see T.O. running off like 4.4 40 at 48.
Mm-hmm. Boy, got wheels.
Can the Packers go ahead and sign him to like a 1-year come out of retirement deal? He keeps saying he can come back and play.
Dude, he could probably still catch 40 or 50 passes and like 6 touchdowns. So
that's what I'm saying.
So solid
we need a bully in the wide receiver room, and sorry, Sammy Watkins ain't it.
No, y'all need Pickens from who is it with Pittsburgh?
He's
he's just that dude's a dog. Somebody else I missed out on in our draft, by the way. But I think other than that, you got any other news stories you got?
Not really.
It's early, man. There's
the rest of the news I had was, like I said, in the pre-show, like Sean Watson suspension. And I mean, glad it's finally come to an end, it sounds like.
Yeah, tired of hearing about it, look, honestly.
Yeah. Still don't fully agree with the number, but I mean, it is what it is at this point. It's done, over with. Now the Browns can focus on the football side of things instead of
The media.
won't we have him?
Yeah, we've talked about this just like personally, and to me, it just always seemed like too well timed. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to like quantify. I'm not gonna judge the guy, but at the same time, we've been a fucking weirdo.
Yeah. I guess another piece of news that's somewhat fairly recent is the Commanders running back getting shot in that carjacking. I'm glad he's okay.
Yep.
Brian Robinson.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's okay. Dude seems like, I mean, he was back in the facilities like a day or two later. Like, come on, take a week or two.
Yep. The Vikings had a D lineman get shot last year, and he ended up taking the season off. Like, no one's gonna be upset that you got shot, bro. Like, go home. You're drunk.
Right. So, wish him, a speedy recovery. Because as much as me having Antonio Gibson in fantasy was great, he deserves a shot. No pun intended.
I wasn't thinking about that.
I said it, and I was like, "Oh, wow!" But he deserves a chance to show what he's got. I mean, they took him, I think, in the second or third round.
Yeah, pretty early.
So
looking like the lead horse in that stable too before he got shot. So
yeah, he seemed like he took over the role because Antonio Gibson, before this all went down, was like regulated to special teams, punt return, kick return. That was it. Because he fumbles a lot.
Yes.
But you give him a chance to like catch the ball once or twice. Is that really helping? Maybe.
The Commanders always have that one player that makes bad decisions or has like timely fumbles issues. So I think that's all I got, man.
Yeah, same here.
All right. So as always, you can catch us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker, Google Podcasts. If there's a platform out there you want to see us on, shoot us an email. Sorry, I'm out of focus there. You can email us at afterthefinalwhistlepodcast@gmail.com, and we're also available on YouTube. Our entire backlog was put up this spring. So, hey, I'm Montel. That's John. We appreciate y'all tuning in.
All right. Till next week, everybody. Take care.
Appreciate y'all.